So my point, Your Honor, the Honorable Lead Chairperson, is this, that this might not be, his experience might not be an isolated case. During that 6 years, there might be dozens or hundreds of prosecutors who actually wanted to dismiss the case for lack of probable cause, but for fear that they will be reported, that they will be included in the list of persons with links to drugs, that they just close their eyes and then file the cases in court, burdening our courts with cases which should have been dismissed in the very first place. And it's peculiar because just months after this happened, he was attacked.
Mr. Chair, I ask this kasi talagang lumalabas ngayon, aside from the drug suspects and alleged drug users and pushers, lawyers and other innocent people who are critical of the implementation of the bloody war on drugs were targets of the Duterte administration.
Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Thank you, Attorney Jokno. I have here a list of the members who wish to interpolate. And the first in the list is Congresswoman Arlene Brosas. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I would like to direct my questions to, siguro sundan ko lang yung kay Attorney Dexter Lopez. Attorney Dexter, I believe meron pa po kayong isang case, na hindi nabanggit. This is with your cousin. And ano naman po yung sirkumstansya nung pagkamatay ng inyong pinsan, Mr. Chair?
Another murder that I can probably shed some light was that of the late Attorney Rolando Lopez Asido, my first cousin, who was the former city prosecutor of Mati City in Davao Oriental. He was killed also by assailants who attacked him by way of riding in tandem, killers, as he was about to park his car in front of the Mati City Hall of Justice in Dahican, Mati City, in the early morning of 26 October 2016. Note that his murder was just around 4 months into the Duterte administration, but it happened in the thick of the extrajudicial killings already po. Attorney Asido, as city prosecutor, he was actually a hemiplegic. His left part of this body was paralyzed as a result of a stroke. He was a stroke victim, probably because he was so conscientious in his duties as city prosecutor. He would work till the wee hours of the morning just to resolve cases. As far as I have actually all the details as to his killings, I would rather defer supposedly to his immediate family. But this is what happened. He was handling, as city prosecutor, a murder case in the Regional Trial Court of Mati City. The judge downgraded the case to homicide. He disagreed, and so he brought the case all the way up to the Court of Appeals. He won there, and that the Court of Appeals ordered the reinstatement of the murder case and ordered the rearrest of the accused. The accused refused to surrender, and then several weeks thereafter, my cousin was killed. But what is peculiar, Honorable Arlene Brosas, with his case was that, in the early days of the past administration, again, I cannot recall already the exact date and month that our conversation happened. I visited him in his city prosecution office in Mati City, and he relayed to me in person what happened to him. Apparently, he dismissed several drugs cases because, according to the late city prosecutor, Rolando Lopez Asido, the version of the police was too incredible and unbelievable that he had no choice but to dismiss the cases. Apparently, these rogue police officers reported him to the administration, to the former president, that he was ordered to explain himself. He was called to Davao. That was the early days of the past administration when the former president was still holding office in Davao City most of the time. And he was made to explain. So, what is peculiar here is that his case, according to him, he was so frustrated because what he was only doing was his sworn duty as a lawyer, an officer of the court, and as a prosecutor. That if the evidence, there's no probable cause, he dismissed the cases. But instead, he was reported as having drug links because he dismissed those cases. He was so frustrated, honorable bosses, that he told me that I might as well leave this job. I'm just doing the best that I can do. And yet, I was reported. And then I was made to explain. He was made to go to Davao and explain. So, my point here is that...
Excuse me, attorney.
Yes.
Can you, I know how passionate you are
Yes,
on this issue.
yes, Your Honor.
And I observe that you are really fueled with passion to answer the questions of the members. But please, kindly shorten it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So my point, Your Honor, the Honorable Lead Chairperson, is this, that this might not be, his experience might not be an isolated case. During that 6 years, there might be dozens or hundreds of prosecutors who actually wanted to dismiss the case for lack of probable cause, but for fear that they will be reported, that they will be included in the list of persons with links to drugs, that they just close their eyes and then file the cases in court, burdening our courts with cases which should have been dismissed in the very first place. And it's peculiar because just months after this happened, he was attacked. And he's now dead. So, this really is a big burden. And parang bang, what happened, Honorable Bosses, is this. If you handle cases for drug suspects, you will be killed. If you are a public prosecutor who will dismiss cases, you will also be targeted. You will be placed in a list. You will be reported. What can you do? So that's what happened.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I ask this, kasi talagang lumalabas ngayon, aside from the drug suspects and alleged drug users and pushers, lawyers and other innocent people who are critical of the implementation of the bloody war on drugs were targets of the Duterte administration. Hindi lang po si Attorney Rex Lopez, yung pinsan ni Attorney Dexter, na lawyer ng mga drug suspects na pinatay. Hindi lang mga drug suspects talaga ang pinapatay. Marami ring mga human rights defenders ang ninakawan ng buhay, no, sa ilalim ng war on drugs. Now, Mr. Chair,
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw.